Actually, we had done many interviews of yours. Many years ago, I think 4-5 years ago, your interactions in Electronics Nickel magazine. But from last few years, we are doing interactions with the spokespeople from global spokespeople.
Yeah.
So this time, this is a good opportunity for us to meet you again and have interactions with you. So you can start with introducing some challenges for the design engineers, which are basically happening in manufacturing and their application designs.
So if I may start with what we're doing, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
So I will get to your question first later, but I'll just give you some context around what's going on. So we feel that we as a company, we build a platform which we call open, and I'm emphasizing that open because it's extremely important. You were at the track as a keynote session?
Yeah, I was.
So the Mahindra is their application. They were connecting databases to a robotic arm.
Yes.
These are not manufactured by us. The robotic arm is not manufactured, and the database is a proprietary database. So when the word open means it allows you to connect a robotic arm, which is made by a completely different vendor, and also connect at the same time to a database. That only is possible because it's an open platform. Yeah. And that we feel is extremely important in the current changes that's happening. What you call is the complexities. Yeah, to deal with that complexity, the openness is very important. Yeah. And we feel that this openness is our differentiator. As a company, this is what we think is our important differentiator in the market. And we are in a position to service our customer because of this openness, and it's a platform. Now, what is happening in the industry is we see certain trends in terms of developments. So, for example, the connectivity. You're hearing a lot about 5G these days, right? So that's taking the communication and other applications to a completely different space. Right? We see semiconductor chips getting shrunk and shrunk. The density on what it can do. Artificial intelligence. You see this as a trend. You see sensor technology is a major trend. Mobile devices has got a tremendous number of sensors in it. So, and this discrete development is converging into different places. Yeah. You see Industry 4.0.
Yeah,
smart factory, automation, right? But and this is all possible because of this larger trends that we see. In automotive, driverless driving, autonomous driving is also because of these type of technology trends that converging into a car, making it possible. And underlying all this is really the software, which is defining the systems itself. And when you're making a system with all these different sensors in one device, the system is pretty complex to deal with. It's not a simple system, and it has to navigate. And think of an autonomous car; it needs to navigate in a street with understanding the context in which it is moving. It has to be sensitive to the environment, and therefore it has sensors that looks at various things that it needs to look at and making decisions by itself. Now, think of that means it is somewhat intelligent. Yeah, and to test something intelligent, which can make decisions, the test systems has to be even more complex, and it had to be able to handle complexity. So the one approach to do this, solve this problem is the platform-based system. And so you take a hardware, software platform, along with what we call as an ecosystem, which includes companies that are complementing our platform, companies that will integrate our platform, education researchers that is working on our platform. When you bring these two together, we can simplify the complexity to a very large extent. Not only simplify, but we can also accelerate the development. I'll give you another example of what it means. in the autonomous vehicle, earlier we had, if the cars have radars now.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to test that, you have to actually take it to a field, put actual obstacles in front, you get the reflections, and then you know how the things are working. But that's not going to be very practical, because there are different types of scenarios that you will never be able to simulate.
Yes.
So, to reduce the complexity, there are systems that, based on a platform we can build, that helps to simulate all these different situations. So, for example, if a person running over across it reflects certain type of energy back to the car. So we can simulate that in the. So what we are moving from the field test to a lab test. Right? So it reduces complexity and also increases the coverage of the test. So there are several things that we can do to reduce the test complexity, or the test complexity, meaning the testing complexity of the complex system. Systems are getting complex for sure, that's the reality. But we need to also have the test strategy and test systems that will deal with that complexity and simplify it. Make sense?
Yeah, great. NI increases NI solutions provides the best accuracy and leads to productivity in different power solutions. So how you will say that NI is leading productivity in that solutions? It gains productivity means like you explain some case studies like they are reducing their design cycle time.
Yeah.
How it is possible?
So there are two parts, right? One is the accuracy of tests. The other one is how fast can I complete the test? Because if you take a whole lot of time to test, and sometimes it is even not possible to test on a physical world. Right? So by incorporating test strategies through simulations, you can increase the number of tests that you can carry out, and hence reduces the test time it takes to cover the whole test. Right? So therefore you can realize the test completion of your system, and having done the test fully, you can get to market faster. So you have seen today at the keynote how people have reduced, at what percentage they have been able to reduce the test time because of this. And underlying thing in this all is the platform, open platform, modular. That's what's really enabling people to, customers to put together the systems very quickly. Because one key thing about the platform is you take all these components, plug it into a system, and the very high level starting software get you started very fast. Otherwise, people have to spend a whole lot of time making what module work well, integration of that module. So we are giving a customer a very high level starting point. Yeah, the hardware. When I say high level, meaning say it's almost there, but it is not fully done. Right? So our partners will come in and help you complete that. Right? So make sense?
Yeah. NB-IoT, narrowband IoT is having different applications. So how the test players like you providing test solutions for testing this NB-IoT?
So actually, as Jayarm told, again, it's basically the approach that we have for any test requirement. It's always based on a platform. So the way our testing platforms work is that all of these have software-defined functionalities. So what we provide is hardware IOs, which will help you connect to different kinds of signals. And then we keep the software flexible, that this IO is capable of testing a wireless device, it's capable of testing an analog device, depending on what kind of IOs I choose. And the type of test that I will run will depend on what software IP do I put on the controller. Now when it comes to NB-IoT or when it comes to other wireless technologies, the approach remains the same. What I will do is I will choose a physical device which is capable of generating and receiving signals which work on protocols that is being used by NB-IoT, such as LoRa, such as Sigfox, etc. And what I will do is that in the software I will define that protocol, that using this IO module I have to generate this specific protocol to test out this device. So again, the platform remains the constant thing. Only thing that you will kind of see is the IP, that the software toolkits that we provide, or the partners that we work with, is what is going to change the way we are testing the device. with the same RF transceivers that we are using for Bluetooth, that we are using for Wi-Fi, will be used for NB-IoT as well, right? Only the software IP changes.
Yeah. So NI is also supporting, means like we are partnering with research institutes to provide having some research and providing solutions for them. So how we try something about the Make in India, is there any support for them?
Can you repeat that?
NI is supporting the research institutes for providing solutions, having test solutions. So means like we are partnering for the 5G and all that.
Yes.
So is it helpful for the Make in, drives the Make in India initiative?
Of course. I mean, think about it this way, right? The tools that we provide helps researchers do their work, including 5G. We briefly mentioned in the room. Now, once that research is completed, the things go into production. I mean, in fact, if you go down to the last session, they were talking about that was Cyprus that's talking about a prototyping board that built, and they are assembling and building all that board here in India. So whatever test strategy that was used in developing that prototype could be moved very quickly into production. Right? So it's very easy transition into production, and then it can help build the local manufacturing.
Yeah. Can you please outlook your NI growth in recent years?
NI growth in the recent. So
So basically, you mean growth in terms of
market?
So overall, if you look at it, yeah.
So the so NI has been growing for the last several years. So I don't want to, the data on the growth are publicly available. We can share that number. But I think what I want to emphasize to you is that there are certain industries that has more significance that drives our business, and meaning it has more relevance to our platform. So industries such as aerospace defense, because they appreciate our platform, the challenges they deal with requires a platform of this type. Automotive is another industry that really needs an open platform to be able to realize change. Semiconductor is another one that the change is tremendous, and what they're testing is complex. So they need and the fast, and so they need a platform. Research is another one, particularly academic research. So these are 4 industries where we think there are most potential on, and this is where we're going to focus on all this. Not to say that we are going to do the other things that we've been doing. We will continue to do that, but give more attention to these customers who are the aerospace defense, automotive, semiconductor, and academic research.
What is the NID's vision and how it helps customers?
Good question. In the right time. So NI Day is an event that we do annual. We do a larger event at NI Austin, which is a week-long event called NI Week. We're bringing the same content here to really demonstrate the best-in-class research product that's available in the test and measurement space. And we also provide, today I believe there are about 1,000 people that's participating in this event. So who is who in the test space, including scientists, engineers, academic researchers, academicians, and people like yourself is here, right? Media. And this is a great forum for networking, building some relationship. Many times they come with a problem, they will get some solutions because talking to our people and also our customers, someone who has done it in the past. So this offers a great platform for the test and measurement community come together, share some ideas and thoughts. And we also are demonstrating a lot of live demos, which are really solving some current complex problems, showing how it can be solved. This also gives lectures and from professors or industry experts who have solved similar offers our ecosystem, which is our partners and companies, to demonstrate what do they have on how do they fill gaps. So it's a massive. It's a massive platform to help the community come together and showcase what they have done And if you walk around, I don't know if you did that,
Yeah.
but you probably should need a guided tour to help
Yes.
to really understand the kind of things people our engineers and scientists are doing today. It's massive, very impressed.
Yes.
Very thrilled.
Which are the biggest market areas for National Instruments in India? I think aerospace, defense, automotive, you showcase various demonstrations on
Yeah.
that. Along with that, any other markets you would like
I
to
think
focus?
we really focus. All markets have
Mhm.
importance, but we feel this is where our platform has a highly differentiated offering.
Mhm.
We believe that we should be able to provide a differentiation or a competitive advantage to our customers
Mhm.
because of this platform.
Yeah.
Customers should be able to see a competitive advantage in their market. So we went through and realized that this is the 4 industries that we really think that are. If there are other industries that come through, we'll focus on. But right now, we feel this is our 4 industries that we really think that we need to focus.
Do you have any programs for engineers or any colleges, institutes in India that National Instruments participate in?
Internships are there.
Like internships are there obviously regularly, but with colleges we actually collaborate primarily at 2
A
levels.
labs.
Exactly, LabVIEW Academies and Center of Excellences. So there are a lot of LabVIEW Academies and these Center of Excellences that we have set up across India in various institutes. And basically what happens is through these LabVIEW Academy, we try to give current engineering students who are going to be utilizing these technologies tomorrow, we give them access to all of this technology so that they can get trained, they can understand how different things work in the industry, and rather than utilizing some academic sort of tools to just learn, we give them hands-on approach of working on those tools which actually the industry is also using. So the same LabVIEW platform which is being used by a company like Cypress for doing semiconductor validation is the same tool that student is going to use with this tiny breadboard and circuit put together, and he's going to evaluate that using again LabVIEW. Eventually when he moves to actually getting this to a chip and moves to a company like Cypress, he will have that understanding how these systems work because he would have done that hands-on engineering work. So that's some of the things that we're driving with these LabVIEW Academies and Center of
The
Excellence.
idea is to get the students almost industry ready.
Yes.
Right? So by using the current technology that is used in the industry, they're learning that on education. And also, it has got a kind of significance because they are doing projects in the school, in the engineering college. They're using the same tools to do that project in their college. We have seen the students who does this have a better understanding of their own project, which they did in the university, and most likely they'll be able to. More often they complete the solution, complete the project. Students often don't complete the project,
Yes.
but this one, if you use this technology, they'll complete it. They get a better understanding. They go to the industry, they use the same tool they've learned. So that, you don't sit around going for, other schools to learn. So you can straight away get a job and move on.
Industry ready.
And what would you like to predict about the future about test and measurement market? In future predictions, which technologies are coming, how this will shape test and measurement market?
Our prediction, if you ask me, our prediction is that the systems are getting complex. It requires a simple solution but yet dealing with the complexity. And the approach that we have chosen is to use an open platform-based solution that we believe will simplify, at least to an extent, simplify it so that the systems can be realized, things can be tested, and product can go to market quickly. The need to get to market is paramount. Yeah. So our approach is that we are on the right path. This approach of modular platform-based, software-defined, automated tests had to be realized using an open platform. That's the trend we will see. In fact, you will see many of the competitors realizing that their closed boxes are not good enough. So they need to look at software-defined systems.
Is the future.
Yeah. So the platform-based approach is a software-defined system.
You heard about government e-marketplace. Many products are placed on the government to to offer to the customers from the government department. So are you providing your products on government e-marketplace platform?
we've not evaluated that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Clearly, our solution, our offering requires consultative.
Okay.
It's not a form-like thing that every spec can be defined. Our product and ecosystem has to be there together to solve that application. Ecosystem meaning the partner companies, product, so and consultation included. That's not something that we can transact on an e-commerce website, right? So maybe there are opportunities that we could consider,
Okay.
but that's something we haven't spent time looking into.
Okay.
But in the future it could be.
Yeah.
Right? But the challenge that we see is that how do we offer that consultation that's needed for them to be successful in their.
Anything else you would like to speak about?
I have one last thing I want to say, that we believe that we could be the leader. We want to be the leader in software-defined automated test and automated measurement, and we think this can be done by focusing on those four industries, serving them really well. We have an open platform that helps those industries. We also want to make sure that we service all the engineering scientist community.
Yes.
What's the is that? Yeah. Those are the key messages really.
Okay. Thank you. Nice.
Thank you so much, Vaishali, for coming. Any follow-up questions you can mail me?
Yeah, sure.
Brother, thank you very much for this award.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't have my business card.
No problem, sir.
Thank you. Oh, there's here.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's your thing on it?
Avijal, I think you were in the last award ceremony, I think. Last 2000.
For this,
First.
where was it held? I think I was there.
In 2000.
What was the venue?
60. Bangalore International Exhibition Center.
Yeah, I think I was there.
Yeah, you were
attended
there
that,
actually. I know.
session.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. Yeah.